Warzone just tried dropping a pay-to-win bundle, but it may have backfired. Today we're buying it, testing it out, and seeing if it's worth your money. Spoiler alert, it's not. It never is, okay? Most of these videos that I do talking about bundles are me trying to say not to buy things because we are about to spend $20 on something I'm probably never gonna use again, and if you buy it, you probably won't ever either, but this is it right here. We got the bundle. It's supposed to be like a zombies bundle, so for Warzone, I'm not sure how much it makes sense, but as you can see, we have the Operator Maya Dead Thrash skin, we have the Deanimator Krig skin, the Dark Ending Maelstrom skin, the Wonder Saw blueprint for the Wonder Waff in Zombies, Snack Time emote, which is a dog, a hellhound hopping on your body and you feeding it, which I do think is kind of funny. The Throwdown finishing move where you kick somebody in the face and then shoot their body on the way down. Not too bad. You have a Seesaw weapon charm, the Meat Cutter loading screen, the Saw You emblem, Perkaholic Gobblegum. I didn't even realize that came with it, but it's $20. We're gonna click it. I'm gonna not let you see this while I purchase. Hold on. Yeah, we got it, ladies and gentlemen, the reANIMEted Tracer Pack. So of course we purchased it. We're gonna equip everything. Equip. All right. Let's dive in, baby. Yeah, we're about to dive into a match of plunder, and we are going to be checking out all of the weapons that come with it. That way you can see what they look like. We can see how they work just a little bit in plunder, and then we're going to dive into a match of solo casual, which I know, I don't belong in there, yada, yada, yada. Not the point. The point is to see how the weapons work, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Off rip, we are going to be diving out and going up to Dan. Off rip, we have the Maelstrom shotgun, which has the 12 gauge Dragon's Breath, CQB grip, steady aim laser, extended mag 2, and the full choke, alongside the Deanimator Krig, which has rapid fire, terrible, extended mag 2, Kepler microflex, compensator, and the infiltrator stock. So these are your two weapons. And immediately looking at these, by the way, once again, rapid fire lowers the damage of your weapon. It makes it worse every single time. Now to look at the skin, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go into third person. We're gonna check it out. And this is the skin. This is it. I mean, it's all right. It's a skin. If you love zombies, this is probably like a pretty dope zombie skin. But for me, just moving in here, I don't really know about all that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find an enemy by splatting the ground. And we are going to try and see how these weapons are. Most importantly, I want to try the Krig. The Maelstrom shotgun is neither here nor there. It's either going to be good or it's going to be bad in every scenario, just because of the distance that it is for eliminations. So let me see if I can find somebody. Oh, sorry, wrong button. So it seems like somewhere over here, there's going to be a guy. So that's kind of what I'm going for, is to try and find whoever's here. I know that someone's here because you can see on the map right now that the, #1 player in the game is here. My curiosity is whether or not I can actually find them. Oh, there they are.
Ray, you go ahead and put yours up.
Can you? Oh, he behind me. He behind me. God. I put my money in.
Yo, no, bro. Oh.
This is actually not too bad.
He about to get all that bread.
All that bread, bro. That's what I'm
he jumping
If
down.
two of them stay alive.
I was fighting.
I should have stayed on the roof. Damn, they about to be in first. We gonna be all the way in 29th.
Hey, they right here.
All right, not too bad. I'll get there one day. Lord have mercy. Put me in 6th place real quick. I'm not gonna lie. Plunder is not telling of how it's gonna play in a real match. Because the last time I did this, what ended up happening is I was like, oh, this gun's really good in Plunder. And then immediately after, I went and played a real match and got absolutely pissed on. So, let's, blink. Let's just die out. And I'll see you in solos. Don't worry, we're here and we're ready to dive into casual solos. Now, in this match, our goal is this. First, we want to try the weapons as they come, okay? So I'm going to do one full match trying the weapons as they come. And we're going to come to the conclusion as whether or not you can even use these for Warzone with the builds they put on them, because in most cases you really can't. And then after this game, we're going to dive into another match with the proper meta versions of these loadouts, which, by the way, the Maelstrom is literally never, ever meta. But we're going to look at how it affects the look of these weapons, the design of these weapons, to see if it has a negative effect on the appearance that you have. And I will let you know, in most cases, it usually looks way worse. Now, one thing I do want to take note of is that right now there's a massive sale going on if you're looking for a brand new controller. That's a real guy. If you're looking for a brand new controller, that is also a real guy. My God, did we... What is... This is crazy. Give me that. I don't even know what I was talking about, dude. Oh, there's a big sale going on. All right. First of all, we added the Expel Pro Plus controller. If you're looking for a brand new controller, all right, grab. How do I? Hold on. Do I have a? Can I do this? Grab one of these things. Okay, the Expel Pro. Disregard my nasty ass sweat marks on the controller, but you can grab one for $209 right now. And it's a $350 value if you use code Expel at checkout. Go to expel.gg to learn more. Insane sale until the end of the year. So now is the perfect time to grab yourself a new controller. Get your dad a controller for Father's Day. All right, you son of a gun. He's been begging for one. All right, he's been DMing me on Instagram and I've been reading it. Okay, he said, you know what, my kids just won't buy me any. I don't know what to do. Get your husband one for being a great father. You know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So insane sale going on. The Expel Pro Plus controller just launched. It's got TMRs, which are eliminate that stick drift, and it feels just like a regular analog stick. They've got digital buttons, things like that, all available on this controller. It is the Expel build. That's what it is. That's what the Expel Pro Plus is. It's my recommended build, not just their personal recommendations over at AIM. It is my recommendation. The thing that I love the most and how I slam people in all the games that I play, especially these bots in solo casual. I don't know what to tell you, but anyway, we're gonna play with this for the first match so that you can see how it does, and I'm gonna get my hands in the proper spot so that you can properly see my controller. A lot of people think that I play on mouse and keyboard because of the way that my arms are set up on my desk. I actually don't. I play on controller all the time, every single time you see. Huh. All right, there we go. Now we should have enough to get our loadout. We've got a satchel. There's clearly a guy in there, either a real guy or a bot. Based on the fact that I could hear the sparkle from the coin in there, my guess is it was a bot. So we're gonna rotate back here. We're gonna grab our loadout. I don't know what that was about, but here we are. It seems like the game is lagging just a hair. We're going up and down on ping a little bit, which is whack. Shout out to Call of Duty for being whack. And we are grabbing our loadout. So we've got it right here. We've got ourselves the Maelstrom shotgun. Like I said, exact same. And we've got the Krig, exact same. Now, the big thing that I will say, I really don't care what the loadout is on these, but my big concern off rip is going to be that rapid fire on the Krig because it lowers the damage. It's going to put it at a lower damage than a lot of these other weapons and making it not the perfect meta. Like, the Krig is literally the best gun, and then they gave it the worst loadout possible. I don't know what they did, but they tried to make this a pay-to-win bundle and then just it up, bro. I can't fathom how they screw it up every single time. And to be fair, maybe they're trying not to make it pay to win to where you get the proper meta loadout. But I don't know. I think it's incredibly goofy. Should have a guy over here, right? These bots are getting relatively good, man. I don't know what it is, but it's yeah, this lobby is whack, dude. You see the way stuff is like jumping out of the boxes and such? It's just very weird. Also, my OBS recording. Hold on. All right, OBS should be a little cleaner now.
Loading fresh mag.
Hostile UAV in the area.
I don't know, man. It just does not feel good. And it could be the lobby, don't get me wrong, but I just think rapid fire is by far one of the worst attachments you can get for any weapon because of the way that it lowers the damage for the weapon. So my recommendation to you, if you ever go in and try and grab a bundle and you see it has rapid fire, immediately just know like they built it poorly because it's just not worth it. And look at, oh my God, it could be swapped with overpressure, but it feels like I'm just putting so much into these guys. What? This is a real boy. Is it not? Oh, it is. It is. Oh my God, he's a level 30? Also, the Maelstrom is terrible. Are the bots changing and they can now have clan tags? Because that guy was level 30, looked at me right through the wall, which is chill. Like, don't get me wrong, but that's what bots do. Very weird. I probably just got slammed by a level 30 and I'm okay with that. That is fair. It wasn't an easy thing to figure out. Lord have mercy. Somebody get me some aim assist. I don't know how to shoot people without it. Lord have mercy. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is just head right back there. I don't think it's that big of a deal. That guy was relatively mid. I chowed it with a weapon that I shouldn't have. And immediately, just looking at these guns, I'm telling you, it just isn't good. I don't know why the lobby feels so terrible, but it does suck. He's in there.
Switching mags.
Why didn't he take my guns? I don't understand. This feels incredibly weird, right? Am I crazy? I've got 22 bullets. Is this guy still? Oh no! 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 He dip dodged and went up there. Respect to the mans.
Relocating safe zone.
I don't think that can make it up. Oh, just barely. See, you see how bad it is? It's terrible, bro. It is the worst. This Krig is horrendous, dude. He dove off. I'm telling you, this is bad. This is so very bad. Knowing that the Krig is like a top weapon makes me so frustrated that it is actually this terrible. Oh my God. Bro, whoever makes these classes at Warzone, man, or at Call of Duty, we need to talk. We need to have a chat. This is absurd, man. This truly is one of the most absurd things that it just keeps happening. Somebody help. Somebody help these guys. They don't know what's going on. Also, I'm fighting the same guy on repeat that's a level 30, and he plays really well, by the way. Like, he's just, like, dipping and stuff. Like, I'm not saying he's, like, playing at a professional level. Like, I'm not trying to get out there and say that. I'm just saying he's playing pretty decent knowing the situations he's being put into, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. But this rapid fire is ruining this gun.
Switching mags. Wait for that spot.
Take this. You see the guy in the sky? That's a real boy over there. Somebody come get her. She's dancing like a stripper. That was a real guy too. I think they really do change the amount of players in solos. It's a big ass conspiracy. I have no proof of it, but I do think that that's what happens. I think they change the number of players in solos based on your skill level, how many games you've played that day, shit like that. And because I'm running into a lot of real players, you know, like a whole lot of real players, which I imagine is not something you should be doing, right? If it's a game with 120 bots, the likelihood is 5 to 1. Your probability of running into a real player should be 5 to 1. But it seems like that's not necessarily your probability sometimes.
Enemy spotted.
That's the player, dude. I'm telling you. So how many real players have I ran into versus how many bots? That's what I want to know. Because something's not adding up, man. Whoa! Whoa! I'm telling you, brother!
Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover.
I'm running into so many real players, dude. I don't know what to do.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
That's a bot for sure. Yeah.
The fishes. Reloading.
That's a bot for sure as well. That's a real player. Y'all, I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I think I'm spot on. That was a bot.
Switching mags.
I need to get a selfie. Not too bad. I mean, obviously, it's a little easier to eliminate the bots with this weapon, but when you start fighting a real player,
Marking new safe
it's a
zone.
lot harder. I just, you know, it's really funny. My brother called me the other day. He was like, I don't know what happened, but whenever I put rapid fire on my LC10, it got way worse. And I had to explain to him, I was like, yeah, rapid fire makes every weapon worse. It does not improve your weapons. It's a big scam.
Enemy airstrike in the area.
Jesus Christ, brother. Even the Maelstrom is god-awful, bro. I'm like, if you're not within like 2 meters, it is just not good. It's so funny because I get comments every single day or on every single one of these videos that say I'm a shill.
Inbound.
And I'm like, you realize every one of these videos is my way of saying it's not worth it for you to spend money. I'll do it. Please don't. That's the whole point of these videos. And I think it's so funny that people see that I bought a bundle and they're like, you son of a bitch. And they're like, if you'd stop buying bundles, then Call of Duty would do worse. And I'm like, first of all, one, we don't want Call of Duty to do worse. We want them to improve. Second, if I do it and I tell 20,000 to 30,000 people not to do it, I'm deterring that many sales, which I would imagine is
Spotted.
probably upsetting for Call of Duty. Who the, huh? The bot over here, I'm pretty sure. Did you hear the little jingle jangle? They can't pick up the event tokens. Why do bots just float in the air, dude? I think he's a real dude.
Spring mine spotted. Tally.
Hey, you soldier. Got a guy over there. I don't know if that's two bots because they're just not killing each other. That's got to be two bots, right? You can tell that's a bot because of how high up it pulled to shoot.
Switching mags. Smart grenade.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
All right, these guys are losing me real quick, dude.
Enemy UAV overhead.
You're shooting at something over that way. You see the bullets flying that way?
Enemy advanced UAV overhead.
I don't know. Enemy advanced UAV is crazy. That's a bot up there.
Enemy spot marking location. 86 that.
Let's go over here. Let's try and take the top. Let's see. I mean, if we die, we die. Just to be clear, we're going to switch out to using the meta loadout in just a minute anyway. I kind of just want to see where you max out if you're playing solo casual. And I think that that number is not going to be nearly as high as if I'm playing with a meta loadout, you know? I think if I'm playing with a meta loadout, it's going to be very, very different.
Got gas moving in.
Done and done.
Definitely a real player.
Loading pressure.
I'm telling you, I am barely running into bots, man.
Trade and survive.
I think that the reason that they have these modes set up the way that they have them set up is because they are going to slowly but surely dynamically change the number of bots in the game so that you simply do not notice it, so that they can fill lobbies a little bit easier, and so that they can keep you from running into cheaters as often. That is just what's going on. And that's why quads, they tell you the number of bots, but in solos, they do not tell you the number of bots. This is my conspiracy theory.
Just in pricing.
Let me have it. He's gonna pull it again. God, this gun is so bad. It is just horrendous, dude. This gun just makes me so sad. Because the Krig is such an incredible weapon. That's bot. Bot. Vehicle rotating. I don't have a selfie. The guy I think is like right there.
Yeah, cancel that.
Whoa. Mmm.
Closing in. Relocating safe zone.
Interesting.
Enemy lost track of you. Good work down
We need to check our ass real quick just to be clear, because there could be a guy up here.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
We need to rotate up. Is this a bot? It feels like a bot. That's a bot. There's a bot. That's GG's, baby. Yeah, GG's. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 2. And we will see how these can do with proper meta build. Now, diving into this one, it may actually be the final nail in the coffin. Pun intended, because it's a reanimated bundle. It may be the final nail in the coffin because we will have to see exactly how good or how bad these weapons look. And that's my nervousness, is that when you buy these bundles and you switch to using the meta loadout, do you lose everything you paid for? You know, like the whole point of getting these is so that you can get those cool guns, so you can get a cool skin. And guess what? It usually ends up happening. You usually end up losing the cool weapons because they end up looking like trash. And it's a little frustrating for me, to say the very least. And I'm not trying to put a negative spin on this. Obviously, some people hop in and they play zombies. It's a very different thing. There's probably a very great zombie bundle. I have no idea. We don't test it there. So if you're a zombies person, if you're a multiplayer person, I always want to hear your opinion whenever it comes to these bundles, because that's the only way that I'm going to know. And I'm sure as shit not going to test it myself in zombies or multiplayer, because it's just not my thing. With that said, I'm not trying to take away or take anyone's voice away whenever it comes to using these things in those modes. So please share that information in the comments. If you think it's good, let me know. If you think it's bad, let me know for those modes specifically. Either way, we are going to go ahead and grab our other loadout. I'm going to show you the attachments that I have set up. So if you think that there's a better loadout, you can let me know in a comment down below. At least one that maybe would match a bit better. But I personally have set it up exactly as I feel it should be set up. And because we have a shotgun as well as an assault rifle, it's actually one loadout. If I was using something like an SMG and a shotgun, like if that's what came out of the bundle, then we wouldn't have been able to do that. We would have had to do some kind of sniper with these weapons. Is that a bot? Looks like a real dude. That is that Big B the plug. I'm gonna go with that was a bot. That bot just went up top. That's not even a bot. That's a real... Is that a bot? Yo. Wait a damn minute. Did I just have a bot make a play, bro? Also, once again, with the lobby being a little bit delayed, even though I'm on 24 ping, it feels like the lobby's kind of trash. So either way, we've got the loadout. I'm going to head up top over here so that I can show it to you in all its glory. Give me just a second. Let me check my heartbeat, make sure no one's around here. Make sure no one's around here. And we're good. So right here, we have the sun this way. The maelstrom doesn't really change that much. The only thing that we did was we added the vertical foregrip. I think we got rid of the backside grip. But this changed entirely. Like we switched out to the Jason Armory 2 times. We changed out the barrel. We got rid of rapid fire, which rapid fire luckily doesn't change the way that your weapon looks. But it changed it out entirely. I bet We are going to slam people now with this Krig. I think it's going to be a whole different game. I think we have a bigger opportunity to win than we did before because we literally couldn't get an elimination with this. It made every gunfight much harder fought. So let's see. Diving in. And by the way, notice that we've fought 3 bots this game. Off rip, all the players we're seeing are bots. This is why I'm saying that it's dynamically changing. Is because something like this is happening on repeat to me. I mean, there's no way to prove jack shit, so I'm not gonna say that's guaranteed. Usually that means someone's here. Yep, called it. Gonna be a bot though. You hear how it... Yeah. You hear how it always leaves these? That's how you can guarantee that it's a bot. So interesting, right? That they can't pick up the event token, so it just leaves it for a real player. I think stuff like that is a pretty telltale sign of things being bots or real, you know? And it lets you know the, like, ratio of real players to bots. Because I've now, this game, only ran into bots, where last game...
Enemy UAV is online.
all I did was run into real players. What? Oh, I'm dead. It is clearly a real player, but...
They got me.
Everything is awesome! Everything is cool when you're not in school. Everything is awesome!
Enemy UAV is online.
You must become the bush. We are the bush together. Okay, is that okay with you, my friend? Oh, yeah, I forgot to show this. Yeah, damn. All right, so the assassination's pretty decent. Assassination's pretty decent. Let's go ahead and check out the emote. What are you handing it? I don't understand. Hold on. What are you handing it, actually? Let's see. What do you pull out? You don't pull out anything. There's nothing. You pulled out nothing. All right, so the emote's pretty decent. The finisher, I think, is actually relatively cool. I think the finisher would be good if you're trying to, like, get a final kill cam with that. Like, you have a reason to do it and you want to, like, show off to the boys. I think that's fun. Like, if you bought it for that, cool. But again, $20 feels like a lot. And it's 20 real dollars. I don't know why. I'm not 100% sure as to the reason for that. But we got a bot over here. Again, another bot. So 5 out of 6 players we ran into are bots. And by the way, another bot.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
What is happening? These lobbies just feel like crap, man. Like, let me just put that out there. These lobbies feel like trash. Like, horrendous. So I'm not really sure how I feel in general. I don't know what's going on with my OBS. I've been trying to figure it out for a while now. Another bot. Another bot? Another bot, bro. Dude, if this is not a clear sign. Like, you just can't change my mind on this. They're dynamically changing the number of bots. I'm like losing my mind right now.
Get to the new safe zone.
I wonder if there's a way to force more real players, you know? I don't know what's going on, but I've just had this weird glitch with my OBS where it gets a little framey after a little bit, and there's no real explanation. I looked it up, and this is a thing that just randomly happens to some people. And there's no way to change it.
Bounty target marked.
We're only getting bots here. This is very weird. All right, we've got about 3 people over at Superstore. Let's go see how we're doing on this. I will note, again, the lobbies are kind of ass. So it's ironic that, like, I'm sitting here spending money on a game and the lobbies are absolute dick. Like the servers, I mean.
Inbound. Priority tasking request received. We're done.
Do you want to know what I think it is? I think when you lose, you'll get a lobby with more bots. I think this is just engagement optimized matchmaking at its finest. Hot World 1992.
Hunt him down.
We got a real player coming up here. It's insane. The Maelstrom still sucks, for the record. Is there any way to... Does the Maelstrom go tactical stance? No, it doesn't. That's tough. Come here, Hot World. I want you to be my friend. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that.
Primary objective complete. All targets eliminated.
There's a guy over there. You see how much better this loadout is, though? And you lose a lot of it, you know? You lose a lot of the way that it looks to that, which is really sad, in my personal opinion. Look how spread out the players are. This is how you know it's a mostly bot lobby, because basically the way that players work in real games is that they go to specific points around the map, right? So players naturally go where other players will naturally be. And because of that, you end up with clusters of players. But on this, there's no clusters. Players are just in a bunch of different areas. Really? I just would love the kill.
I'll drive.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know how I lost that gunfight, to be quite honest. I just got pissed on. We gotta fight a bot at the very least, so it's fine. It just kind of sucks that the Mango World is our fighter here. It's kind of sucks that we spent all our money on UAVs just a second ago, but it should be fine because we can probably just land and just fight bots anyway.
Enemy spotted.
Holy shit, what?
Gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
My boy, a Demi.
Loading fresh mag.
Give me some cash so I can buy my loadout real quick. Would be cool if that was the one that I wanted to go to, but it's not. Oh, I just got money. Nice.
I'll drive.
Okay, we'll go up to this buy real quick. We'll buy a loadout and then we'll go over there and we'll grab a self-revive. Probably our best bet here. And then we got a bot right here for sure.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Switching mag.
I think the Maelstrom just sucks really bad, which puts me in a...
I'll drive.
Oh, are you serious? Oh, I thought he was going to blow it up. It didn't. It's not doing swell, but it did not blow it up. Which I find mildly interesting.
Heads up. An enemy squad marks you with a mountain.
Is this real life? Did I just really do that?
Hostile UAV in the area.
Hostile UAV. Tell me it's not here, though.
Popping smoke.
Contact
Yeah, it's just very interesting. I really want to do another spectating casuals. Would y'all be down for that? And we try and figure some things out, like figure out the things that they're hiding from us about casuals.
UAV is single fuel. Returning to base.
I'll drive.
Should have another guy up here, I'm pretty sure. Hello? Not seeing anybody. What? Oh man.
Reloading.
It is so weird. I think I need to do it. The title of the video will probably be something about Activision lying, but to be fair, they didn't tell us.
I'll drive.
I think this is all a test, and they didn't want to tell us to see how we'd react. And no one else is saying this, by the way. It's just me. Is this an automatic shotgun?
Loading fresh mag.
I didn't even know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I did not realize. I did not realize it was an automatic shotgun. I feel like such an absolute dip doodle. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's 10.
The enemy is no longer tracking you.
I feel like a goofball, bro. I had no idea this was an automatic, bro. I've been tapping that button like crazy. Can I jump up, actually? Yeah.
Burning kill.
This Krig is clearly much better. I'm dead right here. Dude, that's insane. That's actually an insane series of plays that you've pulled off here.
Closing in.
What? What is happening?
UAV.
What the shit?
I'm on fire. Throw an impact grenade.
Dude, he is hitting every bullet. What the fuck was that? Was that the kid from earlier? Like, this guy was hitting every shot. My God. I couldn't catch up. I was just hitting him. Insanity.
Marking location.
All right, let's lock in for a second. Let's just see if we can pop off at the end here. I know it's goofy. I know it's incredibly goofy to lock in casuals, but it is what it is. You know, as we get to the end of casual, what ends up happening is that it...
Watch the skies. Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Reloading.
Yeah.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
This guy, I'm pretty sure, is doing the thing.
Almost done here.
Switching mags.
He might not have been.
Got gas moving in.
It was just super weird how he was channeling that. Could have just been a Schleemy Deemy in a bot skin.
Loading fresh.
No aim assist, by the way. You've been shot to the face.
10 kills. Get a UAV in the air. Reloading.
The big thing is normally in a circle like this, like when it comes to the skin, just to be clear,
To that spot.
normally in a circle like this, I would hide out and camp in a bush. But in this scenario, I simply can't.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
Mission timeline expired.
Ace is all down.
Because of how bright my skin is.
Aguinaldo calling in UAV.
You've made it to the top 5.
Eyes on enemy. Yeah, cancel that. 86 for enemy spotted.
That guy's got a sniper. We're not challenging it. We're just going to stay low.
Yeah, cancel. 86 for.
Two guys over here right above me.
Thanks for the work. UAV overflight terminated.
Yeah, cancel that.
Gas is moving.
So the thing is, one of them is ghosted.
Hostile shooter.
The other one is the one that I saw a second ago, right?
You're in the top
So using a
5.
heartbeat really isn't going to do much unless that other guy gets close enough. We're kind of just waiting it out. There's,
In the area.
that's unfortunate. I think this guy was ghosted.
Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone. Now finish this.
Loading fresh mag. 86 that. Taking fire.
GG's. Yeah, overall, is it worth 20 bucks? Is it worth $20? Do I even have to say it? Like, do I really have to say it? Y'all have a great day. Subscribe to the channel.